in Utah when I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Well, good morning. What a crazy night, huh? I want to first right off the gate before this program continues. Just saying, oh, it's terrible what they did. Just trying to show, the media's trying to show fires, whatever, and trying to show, what are people supposed to fucking do? You people that say, oh, they're not supposed to retaliate. They're not supposed to do anything. Fucking cowards. What the fuck are people supposed to do? Fuck, people have had a fucking enough. I say, get in the fucking streets. Now, I'm not a pro-violence guy. But you think I was born with these scars across my face? I've been by 96 many times. I've been in fucking jail cells many times. But I orchestrate in front. I have a good attorney. I have a freaking, people organize. I have phone numbers that I can use. That's what's the beauty of protesting in New York City. The green hats show up and protect you. Not in Missouri. What the fuck are these people supposed to do? Just sit back and take it, and take it, and take it? You murder a fucking guy, shoot him in his fucking back with his hands up. I don't care if he did something wrong or not. That's not the point. You're not the judge, jury, and executioner. That's what we have, a fucking Bill of Rights. And you gung-ho motherfuckers on your Second Amendment, that's the only one. You don't know how to read? The Constitution's been amended 17 times. Actually, 18. Oh, you say 27. No. The first 10 came in one swipe of the pen. It's called the Bill of Rights. 5 of them are due. 5 of the first, actually 6, really, because the 9th open end, are to due process. So exactly this won't happen. The cop killings are out of control. It's fascism. Judge, jury, executioner. Look, 18-year-olds make mistakes. 30-year-olds make mistakes. 50-year-olds make mistakes. We make mistakes. Should we get a death sentence for the mistakes we made? Huh? And should we let up? These fuckers are out of control. Out of control. Now, I knew this decision was coming exactly in exact detail 2 weeks ago, not just hypothesize it, we know. Because why? Because the Million Mass March. Now, John Anthony's in Ferguson right now. So is Justin King, a big piece of our group. And by the way, I want everybody to know that the Fox feeds focused on us is anonymous. Because why? Because they're afraid of us, because they know we're on to those phony fuckers and the Queen's puppets. Same with CNN. They know we know that they're a co-op CIA, well, not even CIA, right out of the House of Windsor. Rupert Murdoch's own words. We know who crushed America. America, home of the cowards. Absolutely home of the fucking cowards. Everybody went to the streets last night. Right on. Right on. I was in the streets last night. Our group had less than 40 people here. And I would say one thing. Here in Utah, I mean, you're going to see me amp this up more. What they did to Danielle, Here, I want to explain. Utah is the worst violator of any human rights in the world. Is Utah right here? Is the and it didn't used to be. It's evolved. The Mormon Church are devils. The evangelical preachers are devils. These blonde-haired, blue-eyed, freaking Jesus. They think Jesus is a blonde. I mean, they've co-opted. They are devils, and there's justice for all this. And don't give up, all you everybody who's so disillusioned and so. I mean, we went to the streets. We fought with in reality, and it's just gets sucked out of us. By the way, Lonnie Clark and I named Barack Obama Uncle Tom a long time ago. That's our term. Boy, did we name it right. That house, the White House. Oh, my God. Think about the political goodwill he had when he was freaking elected. He could have changed the world. He had that much behind him. What did he do with it? Flushed it down the fucking toilet. Wonder if he holds his Nobel Prize while he's fucking droning babies. It's outrageous. Now, John's supposed to be calling in from Ferguson. Our group's been there. And why? Because our group, Million Mass March, Post-Ignorance Army, our group, a lot of them, when they left D.C., they went right there. They've been there the whole time because we have communication skills. We're black, white, brown, gold, mostly young. But we talk to the police. We talk to cops. Make friends with them because a lot of the cops are on our side. I think most are on our side. Here's the problem. Bad cop, good cop, just a few bad apples. And that's why police forces better start standing up. Better start standing up to these bad cops because look what they're doing to them. I played fast-pitch baseball in this freaking town clear into almost my 50s. And basketball with the young guys. A lot of the cops. I'm friends with a lot of really good men that are police officers. And we got to hear the conversations. By the way, I got into it with real good last night. Fuckers. Fucking, the bad ones. It started that my street shit. There was a car accident in front of my house. I live out in the middle of the boonies. I had all the streets blocked off. Late. So, it's bad, they hype it up like Fox News. I said, what do you mean it's bad? Fatalities? Well, we don't know. Well, there's only 4 people that live in this whole 2-mile stretch right here, and they're all my relatives. It's got to be one of my, who is it? The highway patrol is very cool with me. They must have had freaking, I'm out in the middle of the boonies. By the way, it was a simple car accident. It wasn't, there was a child that went to the hospital. It'll be fine. They grandstand it. These gung-ho fuckers come out of their fucking houses, listen to their fucking shit, like fucking hillbilly fucking, damn dirty Harry. Fuck you. I'd like to knock Clint Eastwood the fuck out. Ted Nugent, I'll fight that fucker. Oh, I want to fight him. I don't agree with this passive resistance. A lot of people in our group do. But that's their right. Not me. Not me. Not me. I'm all for fighting back any fucking way you can come up with. I'm all for it. I don't believe in violence, but they do. When they attack us with violence, what are we supposed to fucking do? Let them attack me. Let them attack me. Let some fucking gung-ho motherfucker murder one of my family members, see how I retaliate. I don't believe in passive resistance. I don't. I believe in fucking, am I an eye for an eye guy? No, I'm an eye for an eye fucking guy. Fuck these motherfuckers. People can pull back on me all they want, whatever. I don't care. I've had a gut full of all this passive resistance. Yay, let's hold hands and try to levitate the White House. Come by, yeah, let's have a latte and organic. I eat organic tomatoes. I'm an activist. I fight the Keystone Pipeline. No, you're not. The only thing green about the Green Party in America is their bank accounts. Everybody's agenda, it's their money. And by the way, have you goats looked, you fainting goats, the fainting goats of America, because that's what they are. Have you looked at the debt lately? You took a look at the debt lately. You took a look at your own debt structure lately. You took a look at it. That's what you're doing to the youth. Always pass that on to them, just like nuclear fallout. By the way, the meltdowns in Japan are leaking. I'll talk about that right now, and then hopefully John Effie, he's going to be calling in a few minutes and take over the radio show, I hope. He's on the ground in Ferguson. We knew because we talked to the cops and everything. They told us that the grand jury had never had an intention. Homeland Security, and we can prove it by our journeys in D.C. It's all Security runs the whole show, which is an illegal agency. Patriot Act's illegal. It never, to amend the Constitution takes 2/3 majority. They just simply, it's illegal. Bush still in the election was illegal. The appointment of Alito and Roberts is illegal. Illegitimate courts. What the Mormons do here is, you want to talk the most corrupt place on earth, and think about it. Google it. Oh, we don't talk about it. The sitting Attorney General and the previous Attorney General both arrested at their houses by the FBI, charged with one with 13 felony counts and the other 11 felony counts. And Mike Lee indicted he will be, our United States Senator and our Governor, Dirty Herbie. The Mormons are so corrupt, it is unbelievable, right down to killing themselves. We are the autism capital of the world, yet we're the most polluted place on earth. All the Grebes died right behind Kevin's house, then all the Eagles died, then all of his friends died, and we got freaking the magnesium plant, the dirtiest, filthiest plant on earth. We've got Dugway releasing freaking filth on us. We got the Energy Solutions dump site releasing on us. Right in the house, we got the secret Moxie fuel plant. The Emperor has no fucking clothes. Yeah, we don't talk about it. We're willing to lay down our lives and die. What? Because Fox News, KSL told us so. Get this. Now get this and hear this. This is so important to all you, all hands on deck, all human rights hands on deck. Get this. The Sheikh at KK in Nagano, which is the most abused piece of shit nuclear reactor in all of 410 nuclear reactors, which there's many more than that. They're all over. Understand this. General Electric, that is the poster child for the abuse. It has been scrutinized by guys like me, watchdogs, activists, for decades by harder than any nuclear plant on Earth. They've had spent fuel issues over there before, so-called leaks, whatever. We have forced them to put the most sophisticated, toughest, best detection devices on spent fuel pools in the entire industry in the world. Oh, they went off. The Quake 6.8, let's talk about, you can use the Richter scale, it doesn't matter Richter scale on nuclear. There's different scales. We call them vibration scales. Engineers use them when you have multiple buildings. We know this vibration scale was giant. In spent fuels, I believe 2, 1, 4, maybe 6 over there, the 7 of the monsters went off. HNK, who kept going, slipped up, and there was early. This is what happens in these events. The very, very, very early reports, they just go with them, and they get them out there, and then they realize, because they're on a leash monkeys that come get them, like the New York Times, like all of them. They're all on they're just their whores. Any media is nothing but a bunch of fucking oligarchs whores. They're General Electric's whores. They're black and yellow whores. That's who they are. They don't do any investigative journalism. So get this. The New York Times reports yesterday that no damage to the pools, even though they did report that the alarms went off. Look who they quote. This is the investigative journalist of the New York Times, which is supposed to be the biggest, most powerful, richest freaking investigative journalist in the world. Look who they quote. They quote TEPCO. Oh, we quote Fox. We don't know where those chickens are. Well, who's your source? The Fox. But he named it Fox News for a reason. He knew what he was up to. Unbelievable. We know that they went off. Just that fact alone, I knew immediately. When I heard that, and it was sent to me by Rad Chick and Rob, and this guy captured it, on HNK, I'm like, oh, I knew the most sophisticated detection devices in the entire nuclear sphere, KKK, on the spent fuels. When they went off, they don't get it wrong. Wrong. Now think about it. The most technology advanced people in the history of mankind. The technology, we have so much technology. The NSA can look inside your house, through your computer, whatever, the stuff they can do. And we as a media, me as an individual, as an activist, as a watcher, whatever, as an artist, as a human rights, as a human being, no fly zones. Homeland Security's got no fly zones. Over Ferguson has for days. In Japan, over the whole country, you can't even think about the State Secrets Act. The Americans put in there, and by the way, all you people say, we're going to move into and we're going to liberate you and we're going to turn you into America. Look what they did to Japan. You want to be that? You want to be that? Is that what you want to be? It's a fucking death zone. Gone. Remember, Japan, robots, most technology advanced people on Earth. Yeah, we see any freaking technology, we see any picture. Major nuclear meltdowns going on. How is anybody going to know? That's how sealed up they have it. The Patriot Act. It gave them carte blanche. Not Kevin Blanch, carte blanche. They opened it up and just opened. America's gone. America is a complete. You don't think in Italy in the 1930s You don't think in Germany in the 30s and the 40s, the populace went along with it? Fuck yeah, they went along with it. Fascism. A police state. Judge, jury, executioner. Oh my God, think about that. Yeah, a person made a mistake, so some redneck punk-ass fucking punk, which half these cops are a bunch of fucking punks. A lot of them are good men. The ones I know, a lot are good men, but there's some fucking backwards pieces of dog shit out there. Floppy fucking eared punks. Punks. That's exactly what they are. Yeah. I mean, they use their dogma, judge, jury, executioner. They don't know the fucking story. They don't know the background. They're not the fucking United States Oh, yes, they are. Patriot Act. The culture of death. You think about it. Honestly, think about it. Now, you think about if this is not the most fascist people in the history of mankind. You think about it. We invade Iraq. When everybody's screaming, including me, yelling their heads off, they're lying. No Iraqi ever hurt any American. We prop up Saddam, give him all the fucking money, the $100 bills, we make him rich, Remember the movie Uncle Saddam? Remember that movie? Oh, you can't even buy it now. It came out before. I mean, it was hilarious. Now think about this. No Iraqi laid one finger on one American. None. Zero. Yet it was the evangelicals and the Mormons who pushed the hardest. These are people who call themselves Christians. Now let's get to the basis foundation of Christianity. So-called, don't call me a Christian, Christianity. Let's go right to the fundamental foundation. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. They want to quote the Bible. That's more. They think Jesus wrote the Bible. The Bible was written by hundreds, if not thousands of people. Then manipulated. But let's go down to Christianity, named after Jesus Christ. Now, you can argue whether he's the Son of God or not, but let's talk about his philosophy. A radical? Oh yes. He wasn't let's see, white? Blue-eyed, blonde hair? The Mormons got the pictures of light skin. He's a Mediterranean. Wow. He went in there. You think he threw the money changers to the temple freaking nicely? Love them, for they know not what they do. I shall not kill. Those are the people killing. Wow. They twist it, feed the poor, help the homeless, freaking get rid of usury. Usury, a pillar. You on the mountain in Utah for usury. People don't even know what usury is. Buy here, pay here. That's what this all stems to, and all the Utah people going down across the country. It's slavery. And the African-American community goes along with it. Oh, I can prove that. Oh, I'm going to be an NFL superstar. And when they become a superstar, they use hair extensions from execute Chinese prisoners and run down the field. Now, let's remember also, Steve Jobs and Bono have joined together. Now, the biggest corporation violator of human rights in human history ever is Apple. They use slaves in China to make all their stuff. Slaves. He's joined with the biggest fraud in activism history, bar none. Bono. The biggest fraud in activism history. He ranks right there with Madonna and Oprah. Oh, I'm building a school in Africa. We're going to save the people from AIDS. We're going to we step over dead bodies right under our feet in Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, Utah. Have you looked at the debt lately? You looked at the mortality rate, what it's doing in the United States? It's off a cliff. With the technology that exists, everybody should be living to be 100 years old. John Holden, the greatest ecological catastrophe, nuclear waste accidents all over, WIP fucking leaking, Honeywell in Illinois is leaking, Rad 5 in fucking up near Chicago. Nobody even talks about it. Yet they're going to Africa to save the world. Apple, the biggest exploiters of labor violators in human history, the richest company in human history. You like the icon they use? Yeah, people have always wondered why Kevin, the artist, has always used Apple as the freaking footprint for all my videos, the entire time, my art. I've been painting and talking about Apple since the early 80s. Watched it make its rise. With a bitten apple out. You don't think that's metaphorical? Wow. They're going to save the world from AIDS now. Tim Cook and Bongo have tried. They call it red apple. Dead red. When they are the biggest, you know how many people they're killing a day Apple is? Oh, they're doing them a favor. That was the same language that went on the antebellum South. Oh, look, and the same language that went into feudals, which we're the feudals. No tariffs. I mean, that's what this country was founded on, was tariff. People don't even understand a tariff. Oh, some guy says, that's your left wing. Left. Well, that was as hard right, hard left as there ever was, tariffs. You don't want to raise taxes? Really? Well, that's how you do it. You don't even need taxes. We don't need taxes in this country. We need tariff at the port. You want to use slaves in China? You're going to pay. Give us our fucking money. Yet, oh, we're going to be an NFL player. We're going to be. They fall for it. Yay, 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 yay! Look at us. 1 in a million. I'm going to be RG3. Wow, wow. Hair extensions from executed Chinese prisoners, the great-great-grandsons of antebellum slave South. Who would have ever believed it? Dr. King would be rolling over in his grave. Rachel Carson's rolling over in her grave. Martin Luther King, all of them. The Kennedy boys running it. Both the Roosevelts. Teddy. And by the way, I wish Teddy would have invaded freaking Canada, and he wanted to. McKinley stopped him. I am the great tariff president. William McKinley. He stopped Teddy from invading and taking freaking Canada from the Queen. Boom. McKinley. Anarchists? Nope. Paid by Queen Victoria herself. They're back. King George is back. This is and think about it. England doesn't even have to have an army now. They're sitting back at the House of Windsor, the House of all of them. The House of Hanford. Literally, what's going on at Hanford? They're laughing their ass off. By the way, if you don't believe me, read Scott McClellan's book about sitting around the White House. Read his book, the press conference. Read his book. He says right there that Cheney and his attorney and all of the Rumsfeld, Bush, all of them, we should sit around the situation, drink freaking booze, get drunk, go fucking hunting on preserves that are sealed off with Carl, shoot their attorney in the face while they're drunk. They used to sit around with their feet up and laugh. Say, look at these lunatic evangelicals. Look what we're doing. Making their very base. Joel Osteen, Rick Warner, Haggard, all of them should be hung. Where have they led their flock? You think about it. Jesus died so I could be rich? I don't fucking think so. You phony fraud fuckers. The Mormons, they're devils. It's simple. It's simple. Satan has moved into the evangelical movement and just taken the field. Is America evil? Oh, the most evil. Reverend Wright's rhetoric was on the money. And let's remember, Reverend Wright was how many tours in Korea? The greatest, most horrific battles in human history. The most horrific ever in Hell's Kitchen. He says it. He says it right. What have we turned ourselves into? Immoral cowards. Fucking, I'm so disgusted. I'm just a fascist police state where a cop can be judge, jury, executor anytime he wants. They shot Danielle in the face. 21-year-old girl. Right here. Said she was swallowing drugs. That's why in the car. Said she tried tobacco. No, she didn't. Plenty of witnesses, and even in the own internal investigation, the good police, which we have plenty of good police officers here. I'm friends with them. One of the good ones is on the stand. He says, in the internal investigation, because we actually had a prosecutor brought charges, not like this fucking rat in this area. Of course, I shouldn't call him a rat. He didn't do this. We know this came right from the top. Uncle Tom Obama himself betraying his own people. Big time. Oh, boy. Homeland Security made these choices, and I know that. We know that. Why do you think they waited to do it on a Monday night? It was all set to go Friday night, and then they says, no, then they'll have the whole weekend. We're going to wait till Monday. They've had this decision the whole time. They've never intended. And who knows what the jury, really, they have to have 9. And let's talk about how grand juries work. Grand juries usually are pillars of the community, people from the community. A lot of spiritual leaders that are put on those grand juries. In Utah, they use judges. They use all kinds of stuff. And they're quiet. It takes 9 to 12 there. Some places are unanimous. They never intended. They knew. Kick the can, just like we kicked the can on the debt, just like we kicked the can on nuclear waste. Passing on the baby wolves. We're going to be the most hated culture of any humans in the history of mankind. The baby boomers and the echo boomers of the United States of America. Look what we've done. You look at the fucking debt. Take a look at the fucking debt. Take a look at it. Take a look at the nuclear waste that is dumped all over. I mean, Todd Whitman, the ex-EPA chair, she wrote an article today. It was in the Wall Street Journal about kicking the can on nuclear waste, political football, and it's say she's one of the greatest terrorists in American history. Alice McFarland comes out and writes an article after she resigns, says, we needed to finish the Fukushima gig. Then why'd she quit? You can't take the heat. Get out of the fucking kitchen. Why even go there? Why would you run for fucking President of the United States if you can't take the heat? Why would you run for Senate? Why would you run for Congress? Why would you do anything if you can't take the heat? Do you know how tough of a gig that is? That's why they were called leaders. They're not leaders. Grassroots activism, it gets co-op. Koch brothers co-op the teabagger fucking movement. Fucking, you had all these fake green fuckers, Jill Stein, the Green Party, the Nadir people, they co-op the fucking left. People like Steve Chinese Jobs and Tim Cook. Tim Cook's a fraud. Him and Bongo Bono co-opted. We get called Oprah co-opted, Madonna co-opted. It gets all co-opted. All the energy gets co-opted, and it's all fight fake. There's no grassroots activism, because every time we get a grassroots move, they stomp us out. We try. That doesn't mean we continue to try. And I understand, as a hardcore activist like I am, I'm willing to give my life, because they're taking our lives anyway. What do I got to lose? I've been in 3 years ago, I was going into a coma right now in a bone marrow transplant center, given no chance to live. 2 months, less than 1% survival. People lined up going to do fucking all kinds, including the New York Times, at my room, request about the yin-yang. Sure he was going to die. Oh, it would have been a great story if he died. Oh, he fucking lived. We need to listen to that crazy fucker. Let's see, Aaron Swartz, prop him up. Yale, Harvard, fellowship. Oh, he's the greatest, he's the greatest, he's the greatest. Well, how come you guys at MIT, which is the head of the fucking snake, MIT is the biggest rat bastards that ever lived. They rank right there with Cal Berkeley, the two fucking evil empires. He says, how can you guys do file sharing like this on our own money and keep it private? This is our money. This is our house. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose capital? Our capital. Whose bullets they're killing with? They're our bullets. I told the cops last night, I got to do. This is, you know, the bullets you blow us away with. I says, shoot me, motherfucker. Fucking punks. The good cops, they're fucking in the shadows. And we need the good cops to raise up, and there's more good cops than bad cops. I can guarantee you, and I can prove that in D.C. Kevin, come here. The D.C. cops were awesome. New York City, until you get down to Wall Street, and then Wall Street has their hand-picked goons, because they're not New York City PD. They're dressed in New York City PD. They work right for Goldman Sachs. The country's been looted, fucking looted. And the looters, and I will tell you, all your repressors that supported the looters, your children will never forgive you. This is unhideable. Fukushima is unhideable. You can only hide the truth for so long. You can only hide any of this for so long. The facts are the facts. The truth is the truth. You know, Don Heck and those guys, they're probably still asleep. I don't know. They're up all night. I'm sure in Ferguson, I was hoping they would get a call in. But, you know, I've been talking to them. I talked to them all through the night last night. And by the way, you know, John and Justin have been really preaching peace, and we're about peace, and we're about love. That's their rhetoric, you know, and I agree with them, and they're great, and I love those guys, but that's not mine. That's not mine. And I want people to understand me as an activist. I don't believe in peaceful activism. You know, and people can get pulled back on me all they want. I don't believe in violence either. You've seen how I go. You see how I operate. I have a YouTube camera. I believe in the arts. I believe what Picasso believed. I believe what Michelangelo believed. I believe what Jesus Christ believed. I believe in all those guys, big time. I really believe in Jackson Pollock. You know, he was at the party with the oligarchs, and they're trying to posh and groom. Oh, come be one of us. He kicked their fucking cocktail table over on the Upper Fifth Avenue and went pissed in Peggy Oppenheim's fucking fireplace. Let me in one of them, because I'll piss in their fucking fireplace. I don't believe in fucking passive fucking resistance. An eye for an eye guy, I'm a 10 eye for an eye guy. It's outrageous what they fucking done. What are these people supposed to fucking do? Just sit back and cry? I can't cry anymore. My tears are gone. I cried so much. I've cried and cried and cried and cried watching all my loved ones fucking die. I've cried and watched. I've tried the political process. We tried it with our vote. We tried everything. It's all hijacked. What are we left to do? What are we left to do? Italy, 1958. That's the problem. I named it post-ignorance correctly because it's ignorance. They dummy down the population. I have conversations with so many people. They don't even know the three branches of government. We talk about the Constitution. You know, they just make it up as they go. They have no understanding about the inception of this country. They have no understanding about the fucking three branches of government and the checks and balances. They have no understanding about morality and the truth and honesty and fucking dignity and honor and all these things, these fundamental fucking values and foundations, wrong and right. Usury. They have no clue about usury. Jesus Christ knew about usury. He threw them out of the temple in a very radical way. You know, you read through the freestyle and thing, you know, many people that, you know, prophet, Jeremiah, so many of them. You think they were nice. Oh, no. I think back to my youth as activism. Everybody, Wall Street, everybody said, what's so come? He said more than I did. Edward Abbey, oh, my God, these people were intense. Yo, now, know this. I want people to really hear this. As I'm at the NRC corruption hearing on San Onofre, I'm staying at the Omni Spawn Hotel. An activist says, I want you right there. I'll pay. And and they negotiated a deal. Lonnie worked out a deal where they got me a real cheap room. It's $400 a night there. Well, I think we paid $50, and stayed right there. Dozens of their people there. That should be in a public library on PB or, on Oceanside. There's plenty of public facilities in Southern California should be. No. Hell no. 400 a night. Well, I'm talking to the people. They're there days. Dozens of them. I talked for the NRC spokesman, their PR head guy. He and I talked for an hour and a half the morning after. After they sit in the bar and had cocktails all night, drinking $100 bottles of wine by the dozen. I have video to prove it. Corruption on Balco. But America doesn't care. I care. People don't give a fuck. They won't show up to the hearings. They don't care. Oh, I got cancer. Oh, God will save me. Let's cure cancer. Let's cure. Fuck talking about the causation. The emperor has no fucking clothes. The emperor has no clothes. By the way, I am very directly related to Hans Christian Andersen. In fact, my grandfather's name, Christian Andersen, from Denmark. The emperor has no fucking clothes. Oh, and the little kids are going to see right now. When they look up at that $18 trillion debt and the environmental poison, nuclear waste laying all over here, 270 fucking million fucking structures built when we need less than half that. Edward Abbey. Growth for the sake of growth is the ideology of cancer cells. America's been had. America has been had. They're back. Everything we fought for, tariffs, Constitution, due process, all these freedoms, gone. And America did it to themselves because they're cowards. The fair college. Don't you put a tariff, we're free market guys. Oh, yeah, we like our apple. I walked up and down Vanderbilt's house. There's videos show it. Talking to Chinese. Talking to African Americans, white Americans, freaking brown Americans, all of them. All these slaves and sons and great-grandsons of slaves. Hey, they use freaking Apple uses slaves, yet you're standing in this line. You do know the story of Vanderbilt. Anderson's granddad says thank you, right down to his board. Grandpa says thank you. The public be damned. Huh. The House of Windsor. The House of Hanford. They're back. America did it themselves. Pay the dragon slaves. It's the same thing they did in the feudal system for centuries. You get a rat in a shield, you go into the town, and you pay him. You pay him to go out into the freaking forest, come back, cut himself up, rub a little fucking dirt on himself, and come back. Oh, my God, I've been fighting the dragon. The dragon's new. Then the queen's fucking tax man. I love how you guys, can't raise taxes on the fucking 1%. Well, you're so impoverished and fucking poor. I mean, the poorest represent the richest. And they just sit back and laugh. Can you believe these dumb fuckers are so against themselves? What do you have? We got to fucking kill the dragon. Pay the dragon. So what do you got? Oh, here, we've got some sheep. We got a few goats. Here, take my fucking daughter. Ooh, you're Cinderella. You're going to marry a prince. Yay, yay, yay. America's Cinderella. Ooh, you're going to play in the NFL. Yay, you're 1 in a million. Keep going to practice, Bobby. You go to one of these universities and they'll give you a food card. They'll take your test for you. You will never graduate. You'll never do anything. And yay, it will abuse you and teach you like a slave, and we'll make money off selling your jerseys made by slaves, sports merchandise, and all the goats will line up and buy their Bangladesh-made fucking shirts. Buy fucking, what's the shirtwaist fire? Ooh, we don't know what the shirtwaist fire is. And we'll wear our jerseys, we'll go watch these slaves run up and down the field, and as soon as the fucking season's over, bye, see you, fuck you. Oh, can we sports merchandise you? We own you. Slavery. College athletics, slavery, academia, slavery. What are you going to do with your college fucking degree? Tell me this. You're all going to school, what are you going to fucking do with it? They're worthless. You know how many PhDs that are unemployed? Including myself. Well, I've taken on full-time activism, and that's what I'm going to do. And I made promises when I was dying 3 years ago, clinging to life. I fear no evil. What do I got to fucking lose? What are they going to do, shoot me? Go ahead, they already shot me. Got the bullet wound to prove it right in my fucking jugular vein. Called a chemo fucking stent. It's called a Hickman line. Go get a Hickman line put in you. Go put one in your jugular and one in your fucking spine, one in your brainstem. But you get the fucking bill that costs fucking $2.6 million. Buried for life. Oh, yeah. But I have my life. I was given the gift. I don't know why, how. Of course, despite that I was born to sit this right. Country and western version of Hamlet on Balco, literally. Everybody thinks that what I do is cliche. What I do is just whatever. Oh, this guy's a crazy rat. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, crazy radical like that fucking Gandhi. Like Jesus, like Hamilton, like fucking so many, like Dr. King, all these crazy fucking radicals. Edward Abbey, Wallace Stegner. Rachel Carson, that was a real crazy lunatic fucking radical. One person took on to EG. And I got news for all you fainting goats. And America is a bunch of fainting goats. You don't even know what a fainting goat is? That's exactly what America is. They're a herd of fainting goats. Boo, motherfuckers. So sad, so outrageous. This great country that we grew up in, that our fathers bled for and fought for, starved for, created. When I graduated from high school in 1978 at Weber High School, fucking not one penny of fucking debt this country had. It's before Reagan come in, fucking John Burke spokesman. He jumped ship from the fucking Democrats of California. I mean, it's outrageous what they did to Eisenhower's daughter's words. What happened to the Republican Party? And then look what they did to the Democrats. Oh, look, I'm a liberal. Yay. I can tell you how pathetic the fucking Democratic Party has become. How fucking pathetic. One word, Barack Obama. Bill Walmart Clinton. Betrayal on Balco. I guess that's more than one word, isn't it? Marie Antoinette, let them eat yellow cake. Propped up by the political goodwill that he had. And it comes to this. This is the capitulation of the Obama legacy. Second worst president in U.S. history? Absolutely. You'll never pass W. W, who the cocaine addict, him and Glenn Beck's. Cheech and Chong. I used to be all fucked up on the dope. Now I'm all fucked up on the Lord. When they don't even know what they're talking about. It's like spiritual leaders standing with private security in front of their mega churches. Fenced off, which is against the law under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Against the law. American Gothic. People don't understand American Gothic, what Grant Wool was up to. As Lori and I did that American Toxic at St. Michael's in Carlsbad. One of the most important pieces of art ever done in 100 years, her and I did. You don't see it. You don't see it. Just remember this, fuckers. Vincent van Gogh, if you took the top 100 fucking paintings ever done in the history of humanity, he'd probably be the top 50 of them would probably be Vincent van Gogh's. He didn't sell one fucking painting. Not a fucking one. I love Marcel Duchamp. Marcel Duchamp on his ready-mades. News descending down the staircase. I love his fucking interview. By the way, I've never worried about the artist. There's plenty of us artists out of there. I worry about the curator. I worry about the freaking art critic. That's who we've lost. We've lost them. The interview with Marcel Duchamp, when she does that, it's her. She's the genius. As genius as he was, she's the one that sees. That's what we're lacking. If they don't see, we don't have the curator to see. We don't have the freaking... What good? How are we ever going to find them? Marcel, he says, oh, your ready-mades are so in vogue now. You know, Newson, he says, he looked and he says, for 30 years, 40 years, no one gave a shit about me. No one even knew my name. No one even, you didn't care about them. Now all of a sudden I'm in vogue. Yeah. He said it beautifully. He got it. They'll fucking get it. Michelangelo, you look at his paintings, there's nothing remarkable about them. Go look at his fucking sculptures. Any single human being in the world, when they go and they look at a Michelangelo sculpture, they cry. They start to cry. That's how powerful they are. That's how powerful. And you think he was nice? Let's talk about him. Okay, we got Leonardo da Vinci. Connected? Yeah, through his mother. Just very similar to the Hamilton story. You know, a rich oligarch has sex with a freaking woman, abandon her because she doesn't meet into their royal bloodlines. Doesn't happen. You know the story of Giacomo. Leonardo da Vinci was a pedophile. You know how long how old Giacomo was? He lived one of his whole life. He was accused of it many times. He never finished anything. Anyway, beautiful painter, the greatest ever. Magnificent. Incredible mind, wanted to make bombs for the oligarchs. He was making bombs. He would have fit in perfectly. Here comes Michelangelo. He's the opposite. Younger, physical. That's why I was a plasterer my whole life, because of Michelangelo. I read when I was a very young boy. Michelangelo said the greatest art in the world was a guy using the Hawken trowel. You ought to see me with a Hawken trowel. People to this day, I haven't used one for 12 or 3 years because I got leukemia. People go, oh my God. You talk to anybody, you go like 10 guys. It's so magnificent, it's so beautiful. Not with drywall mud that sticks to your hawk, with cement. 10,000 frescoes I did, 10,000 jobs across this valley, including restoring the 1905 Masonic Temple with my mind and hand chiseling it back in 2009, hanging from a rope 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, hand chiseling, using my secret sauce to put it back together, Leslie Hodgson's masterpiece. I've done a lot of them. I miss it. Oh yeah, physical, demanding, incredible, hardcore, beautiful, like a symphony going across a wall. That was Michelangelo. He would have plaster and dirt all over. And anybody that knows me, they'll say, oh, my God, you should have seen Kevin. There's videos of that there my whole life, head to toe with it. Go like nobody ever seen. Anytime I ever got in finance trouble, whatever shit, I go freaking out. I was booked a year and a half in advance, sometimes 2 years in advance, and I go fast. And my prices weren't cheap. They were fair. I never exploit labor, never exploited one person of labor in my life, ever. I didn't believe in it because I don't believe in usury. I did the work myself while I was on Wall Street. Never quit. I would come home and still plaster because I loved it so much. The sun on my back, living in this Utah incredible landscape, looking at Ben Lomond and Mount Ogden, out across that beautiful, spectacular. I live in the most beautiful place in the world. But it's toxic. They radiated. The Mormons freaking radiated and nuked the most beautiful place in the world. So outrageous. So sad. For the autism capital of the world. 1 in 32 boys, autism. That's not a pandemic, that's an epidemic. Yet they won't talk about it. Looks like Anthony and these guys are tied up. I'm sure they're doing a lot of radio shows, and good for them. They're awesome. I would thank Justin King for his great work that he's done and his beautiful wife. And I want to say this right now before I forget. All the people that attended the Million Mass March, there's a lot of us that have been working on that for a long time, for 2 years. My gig post-ignorance. The mask, but anonymous, but we're human rights activists in its purity. Everybody who attended, all over the world, both years. Wow. The group that was in D.C. on the ground, I've never seen anything like it, and I've been at this for 40 years. Everybody knows me around here. I know all the police. I know all the freaking security. They all know me. Personally, I protest Energy Solutions dump site, the world's nuclear waste dump site, who's bankrupt by the wild charges in there, the most filthiest place on earth, right here in Utah. I protest there by myself all the time. I'll do it again. Nobody will go with me. Nobody's got the guts. Utah is the biggest bunch of cowards on the face of in the history of humanity. Utah is the biggest cowards in the history of humanity ever. The emperor has no clothes. The Mormons are devils. The evangelicals are pure devils. You can argue with me all you want. I had this lunatic. Get this. This lunatic used to watch all my videos, and he's one of these guys all geeked up. Kim Blanch, all they used to call me on the phone from Pennsylvania. Said I was blasphemy because I called Jesus Christ a radical. That's how ignorant these people are. They think Jesus Christ was blue-eyed, blonde hair, white skin, and drove a NASCAR and had a gun. That's another thing. These guys, next thing you go to Walmart and see your Jesus gun. You really going to be a Christian? You're going to go to Walmart on a Friday. Bongo. That's fraud. I really would love to fight Bono. He was born the same day as me. Exactly. So was Tony Gwynn. Wow. California is even worse. Well, nobody's worse than Utah. California's state motto, flying the flag upside down. What's Fukushima? The greatest catastrophe in human history, the greatest violation to human rights in human history, bar none, is Fukushima. The emperor has no fucking clothes. So sad. So sad. Oh, the Pacific genocide, Kevin Blanch named it 3.5 years ago. Oh, they just pull back and argue with Matt. Oh, no, you're bullshit. Starfish aren't dying. Oh, no. Now they confirm it. And so now they just spin some more. It's just like behind my house. All the grebes die. Dive into the parking lot and die. Oh, now the eagles are dying from eating the grebes. Grebes are ancient creatures. Oh, what's right there? Operation Jackrabbit, they call it. London fog. They're going to release radiation, which they do it all the time, just to test our dishes. The military-industrialized mass murder complex completely out of control, and the American populace never fought back. They never fought back. Why? The left told them not to. The left told them to hold hands and meditate and try to live and eat an organic tomato and have a latte, and let's still have a debating society about it. Ooh. They're just as evil as the far right. They co-opt the energy. They taught you not to fight back. They're still teaching you not to fight back. Don't fight back. We fight with our minds, yeah, intensely. Do I believe in setting buildings on fire? No. What good does it do? I don't believe in it one iota. I think it's stupid. But unbridled passion, where are they going to go with it? I don't believe in violence. I'm a peace activist. I used to tell everybody for years, hey, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Always was. But they backed me so far in the fucking corner a long time ago. They backed me so far in the corner. I didn't want to die. I told my doctor, I said, I'm not taking a call third strike in this bone marrow transplant center. I watched my dad. I watched the love of my life. She taught me so much, Annika, from Russia. Oh, my God, was that girl sexy and beautiful. Oh, my. You guys want to... I love all these guys talk beautiful. Shit. Those girls in Europe, that part of the world. Whoa. Wow. Spiritual, brilliant, genius, smart, intelligent, full of passion, pain. Yeah, because she lived in the Belarus. She watched them be mass murdered. Heartbreaking. That's where I learned about Chernobyl. That's how I met Megan Rice. In the Nevada test site. Through her. Wow. They knew the pain. She was one of the original feminine girls. One of the original. They went into Chernobyl. And they had to show even those European Freudian dogs. These Freudian fucking dogs. They had to take off their clothes. These beautiful Russian girls had to expose their... You know how hard that is to do? You know how hard you think they like doing that? They had no choice. They had to show the world the catastrophic because they were watching all their young friends die, including you, Scott. You in Scotland, wake up. Wake up. Your girl died. Your girl, where would she live when she was young? She lived in the Ukraine right after when Chernobyl happened. Yeah, the great athlete, the great tennis player, she died this year. Even her own doctor says there's no doubt in my mind it's Chernobyl. Steve fucking Chinese Jobs. I mean, even he wasn't this evil, was he? Maybe he was. Barry Antoinette called Steve Jobs to the White. By the way, the Jobs are the CEO of who? General Electric, who owns the media, who owns the nuclear reactors. Who got all the stimulus package in 2009? I can prove it. I can prove it. I have all the... By the way, you attorneys, I hope some of you pay attention, because we'll be in San Diego, and we'll blow your case apart. Either you play ball with us. The greatest group of investigative journalists in human history is our group. We have it backed up in Fukushima, the most hectic document. We broke it down. We have leaked stuff to us. We have everything in incredible detail. We have it organized. We have it in multiple places. You don't play ball with us, we will bury your case. I will guarantee you, and I'll be set up in San Diego, and you think I'm bluffing, you try me. You try me. And I can prove that America hates their military personnel. America hates their military. Fox News hates freaking the military. Hates them with a passion. They hate the soldiers. And everybody who says they love the soldiers know that they hate them. Especially Californians hate them. Texas hates them. Utah hates them. They hate them with a deep-rooted passion. They hate them. They allow white phosphorus to be sprayed on their own men. Accident, they say. Look at this. What about the USS Reagan and the 8 other ships that were sent in? Was that an accident? We can prove that it was not an accident. The 40,000 Marines marched into the trench in human guinea pig and lab rat and killed them. They knew they would kill them. Oh, Kevin Blanch's father, one of them, knew that they were going to mutate their own offspring before they were born and probably killed. They did it anyway. They sent the troops in, Operation Foxconn, wrap up in the flag, the Queen sit back and saying, thank you. The House of Windsor, the House of Hampton, they sit back. Wow, we played long ball. We floated up the Potomac. We burnt down the White House in 1812. We killed McKinley in freaking the late 1800s. This is not my words. This is Franklin Roosevelt's words. Got to tell you, Winston, that corrupt, phony piece of shit. By the way, Franklin wanted to share the bomb with Stalin. If he would have shared the bomb with Stalin, who talked him out at Winston? There would have been no Cold War, which is a hot war, which never ended, which is ending the earth. People like Megan Rice Martin Luther King, all these great human rights, Gandhi, all these people that were the greatest moral human rights activists in history, the most righteous people that ever walked the face of the earth, Jesus Christ, they all knew. A lot of the Native Americans, Russell Meade, so many of these great spiritual leaders, pure leaders, righteous leaders, not an organized church, they all knew. And Jesus would have, well, I shouldn't say that, I sure wouldn't speak for him, but post-nuclear, and a lot of the natives, and even before nuclear was invented, that nuclear fall is the greatest violation. Nuclear is the greatest violation of human rights in the history of humanity. America has become the evil empire. So is Putin in Russia. So is the Queen. They've all fallen. You think about it. You honestly think about it. Snowden did not want to go to Russia, did he? Think about Julian, and thank you, Pamela Anderson, who has the same last name as me. Thank you so much, girl. I'm so glad that she went over there and visited Julian. That's a human rights activist. Good for you. Sure, I hope he felt a lot better after she visited him. He was just a simple reporter, Julian. Didn't do anything. Bradley Manning. I want everyone to listen to this. Every single human being, well, everybody should be forced to listen to this in 7th grade, this statement right here. If you're Bradley Manning and you see that collateral damage video and you see what his eyes seen, what do you do? What would you do? What would you do? He did the right thing. And I hope that humanity views him for the right thing, because this culture is going to flip when all you baby boomers are dead, which is going to happen quickly. Cancer, none of you took care of your arrogance and your freaking false hair. I'm going to get a gun. I'm going to buy some gold, worship a gold calf. Hey, this is a game. This is a game. We're we're all going to end up in the NFL. Yay. Prince is going to ride in town. I'm Cinderella and marry me. Good luck with that. Worked out real nice for you. It's so heartbreaking and so sad. I won't quit fighting. I'll fight to my last breath. I told my daughter I will not take a call third strike. I will not. I'm going down swinging, and I'm swinging for the fucking fences. And if the fucking Bob Gibson wants to beam me in the fucking head, right in the fucking temple, go ahead. I'll try to get out of the way. If it gets me, it gets me. Because they killed me anyway. So much of my soul was ripped out and will never come back when I held my father's hand when they fucking zipped him in. My brother's like, you're really going to sit there. Why they do that? Well, they put him in the body bag. His mind was on fire in the prime of his life. I says, yeah, I wanted to burn a fucking hole all the way through me. And they put Annika in the body bag. You're really going to sit there? Yep. I wanted to burn a fucking hole through me. When Paul, my beautiful friend, just passed, got cancer, saying somebody, oh no, I want to see it. I want to see it in my face, and I wanted to burn through my fucking guts. So I get it, and I understand. Curse the spite that I was ever born to sit this right. Oh, yeah. Well, I said it right. Impossible. For David reached into his bag, and he pulled out the stone. And he slung the stone, and it struck the giant in the forehead. And it embedded in the giant's forehead, and the giant fell to the earth. This is the greatest David versus Goliath story in human history, is a few grassroots activists taking on the fascist, nuclear, mass murder regime. And anybody who calls themselves a human rights activist, anybody that doesn't understand Fukushima, that doesn't understand nuclear waste stored all over this, you're not a human rights activist. It's the greatest violation of human rights in world history is Fukushima. Is nuclear waste being stored all over the United States illegally? Leaks at WIP, Rad 5 in freaking Illinois. It causes cancer. And there's no cure for cancer. And not only it mutates genetically, causes autism, causes birth defects, causes heart attacks, all kinds of catastrophic freaking illnesses. And it's on. American toxic. Oh boy. Someday someone will see. Maybe. But that doesn't matter. So I got a conversation with a friend of mine this morning, early. My beautiful friend Gail, as we grew up, she died of this evil disease right there in Plain City, Utah, right next to us. So many of those young girls died, us little kids. His wife, 38, beautiful, incredible. I says, well, who cares about money? Well, why are we chasing money? Why are we chasing when America's toxic? What does it matter? Who cares? When 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% of your life is mowed down. What? What for your job? What? It's like the job pieces trickle down economy. Oh, we're going to get jobs when they take away jobs. Deep water drilling took away jobs. All these things take away jobs. And don't you love how they call up the freaking so-called environmental energy with the Keystone Pipeline? What a dog and pony false flag. And like I said, false flag. Don't you love that, all these people using false flag when Alex Jones is selling you gold over and over? And think about freaking Max Kaiser. 47, silver guaranteed going to 100. 45, 35. What is it today? Yeah, when Kevin Blanch is screaming in your head, well, simple, just buy Apple. The evil bastards that they are. What's Apple gone since I told you guys again when they were going to split? Let's see, what is it right now? About $1.20. In just a few months. What? Biggest? How can they not make fucking money over and over and over? It's like people think the stock market's tied to the United States economy. It has nothing to do with the United States economy. Zero, zero, zero. They're multi-international companies. They don't pay any taxes here. They don't employ anybody here. What, because they have an American name? The United States stock market is not tied to the American fabric of the American one iota. They're multi-international. Even the shareholders aren't Americans. They're multinationals. So they says, oh, the American economy, how can the American economy and the stock market? Stock market has nothing to do with the American economy anymore. These corporations, General Motors went bankrupt. They took them out of the Dow. Apple, all these, they don't pay any taxes here. They use slaves for employees in China, and you guys support them. Hey, Black Friday. Well, not me. I don't care if 5 people I don't care. I don't care my protests. I'm going into the belly of the beast, which I always go into the belly. Some of the places, these videos I shoot, and people just blow me off. You know how much balls it takes to do what I do? Wow. You know how much freaking experience and education it takes? Ask people to protest with me. Ask anybody that shows up in San Diego where I can prove how you all hate the American soldiers. You hate them. They radiated them, nuked them. Nuked them. They're all dying off the Reagan. I was in the hospital, one of them. They're dying. Lots of them. Who showed up at the trial? Who showed up at the hearing? What media reporter? You don't care. You don't care. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Janice. The case goes forward. She opened up General Electric, which will be the biggest lawsuit in world history, bar none. One guy shows up in the early days. Of course, Libby, she does great work, by the way. Libby's awesome. We're there. I was there the whole time. I was even there the year before, every day. I have the only file permit. I have the only information request. I have it. You know, I'll frame them one day and donate them to freaking somebody in Europe because America doesn't care. They don't want them. America don't care. America, home of the cowards, and they are cowards. Go get your gun. I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You know, somebody going to break in your house and steal your Walmart shit? Nobody wants your Walmart shit. Nobody wants your Walmart shit. There's so many cops, you know, dial 911. I mean, they'll come. It's like you can have a gun, you can own a gun. You can have all the guns, and they keep shoving that gun to protect yourself. Try using one. Hey, a call come in, this guy's got a gun. The SWAT teams come freaking locked and loaded with helicopters. They'll drone you. Like I says, oh, God, you know how many deer hunters are in here? We're going to protect this country from who? They infiltrate you from within. You can't protect yourself with a gun. Like I said, I've seen it right here. Ask Matthew Stewart right down the road here. You know, the SWAT team kicked his freaking door down, freaking gung-ho, hundreds of them. Wow. They come locked and loaded, and they shoot first, why wouldn't they? Because they're gung-ho, they're geeked up. Yeehaw, yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. This is the old West. Yeehaw. We've been watching freaking television, cop shows, and Cheney showed us the way. Rumsfeld showing us the way. Donald Rumsfeld crying for his freaking suicide son he had nothing to do with when he mass murdered plenty of hundreds, thousands, millions, tens of millions of young people for time and all eternity. Like phosphorus on the Garden of Eden, where the Tigris meets the Euphrates for time and all eternity. Oh, that was an accident. Yeah, like the 40,000 Marines they fucking nuked to death in the Nevada test site. 60,000 Army personnel they mass murdered, mutated their kids, killed them, and then tell them to fuck off. We're doing the Iraq vets and the Afghanistan. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. They're still there. He's gone. Talk to anybody that was over there. They love the Afghan people. Uncle Saddam ripped his head off. Hung him so hard it ripped his head off. Iraqi laid a finger on you. You poisoned them forever. And you don't love the troops. No one showed up at the Reagan hearing. Nobody. I'll be there the whole time. And they can kill me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, they already did. They already did. Stand tuned.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical.